Summer Wittenberg Engineers. This is Mrs. LeBlanc, and we're back with another Green Craft Challenge. I hope you saved all the leftover t-shirt pieces from our dog toy challenge because this week we're going to be using them to make cat toys. We have two different kinds of cat toys that we're going to show you how to make this week. One that requires hand sewing or sewing with a sewing machine, and one that requires no sewing at all. So look for the directions for both. And then we challenge you to make one of these cat toys and share them with your local animal shelter, which is what we're going to be doing with the leftover toys that we make on Monday's summer library time. So have fun, and remember to send us pictures of your craft so that we can post them. In part one, we're going to be showing you how to make the first kind of cat toy. This one is the one that requires sewing. You'll either need to have a grown-up help you with a sewing machine, or you can easily sew this toy by hand. The first thing you need to do is prepare your t-shirt. Remember the leftover t-shirt pieces from our dog toy activity? Well, we cut the t-shirt off right at the arm, so you can take the long rectangle piece that's left on the front and the back of the t-shirt and cut that out. You want to save the sleeves and the collar because we'll be using them for this model and for the other model. Lay your rectangle of t-shirt out. Next, you want to take one of the leftover t-shirt ribbons from the dog toy craft and you want to lay it right across the middle of the rectangle. Then you want to fold the rectangle over the ribbon so that it looks like this. The rectangle will be folded in half and the ribbon will be in the middle all the way against one side. It looks a little bit like a hot dog. Next, you'll have a grown-up get the sewing machine ready. You want to start by sewing the end of the rectangle where the ribbon is pointed out. We have a yellow ribbon and blue t-shirt fabric in this, so that it's going to be really easy to see. If you'll notice, we've already sewn the seam across the top. That makes the ribbon stay in place and it closes one end of the rectangle. Next, using our ribbon to help us, we're going to turn the toy inside out. We sewed it together with the seam on the inside. So when we turn it out, this is actually going to be the right side, or the side that we want to look at, so that the seam is on the inside where we can't see it. You're going to pretend you're kind of like turning out a sock. So use the ribbon to help you reach down all the way to the bottom and then pull it out. Next, you want to stuff the toy. Remember all those leftover ends of t-shirts from where you trimmed the ribbons for the dog toys? Well, you can use those to stuff it, and you can also use the collar from your t-shirt or the sleeve from your t-shirt or any leftover cloth pieces you have. You want to try to use as much recycled material as you can, and the cloth will be nice and soft for your kitty. You also want to add some catnip. If you have some dry catnip from your garden, this is great, but you can also buy dry catnip at the store. Cats love it and it makes them want to play with your toy. Next, you're going to take the long end of the toy and tie it in a knot to close off the stuffed portion of the toy. Then, with help from a grown-up, take scissors and cut the end of the toy into dangling ribbons. Finally, trim the ends of the dangling ribbons so that they're even, and you're done. In part two, we're going to show you how to make the second kind of cat toy. This model does not require any sewing. First, you'll want to prepare the t-shirt materials. You can use the rectangle that you cut out for the first model, or this portion of the t-shirt that is left over from the dog toy craft works great. Next, you're going to take one of the leftover sleeves, or you can use some leftover pieces that you trimmed off of the edge of the dangling ribbons of the cat toy. On one side of the big piece of t-shirt material, place your wadded up sleeve or a bundle of the leftover t-shirt ends. Next, gather the t-shirt material from the large piece around the pile of t-shirt material you have in the middle. Find a large piece of t-shirt, either t-shirt ribbon or one of your cut-off collars, to tie around the bundle to close it. Don't forget to add catnip before you tie it shut.
With a grown-up's help, use scissors to cut the dangling pieces into ribbons. Trim the ends and you're done. If you want, this craft looks great when you add a silly face.